wrestling fans, and welcome to Wrestling Gab. It is Friday, I believe.
And it's ready for Smackdown.
And it is time for Smacketh them Downeth. And if you don't know how to Smacketh them down, then we are sorry. But it is a tribute to Terry Funk and Wyndham Rotunda. Wyndham Rotunda did pass away yesterday at the ripe young age of 36.
And we are not sure of what the cause is of his death.
His death is a heart attack. What caused the death is supposedly COVID.
Oh, okay.
But is it from a vaccination from COVID or is it from having COVID? Either way, it intensified a heart condition that he had had.
Michael Cole is letting us know about these deaths. So
they're all here because of the Wyatt one. I figured they would do some Firefly stuff. Hey, look, they brought in Eric Rowan.
Yeah.
He's the only survivor.
Literally of that whole thing. Yeah. Well, except for Braun Strowman. He was kind of with them, too.
Though, but yeah.
For each of them or both of them at
It'll
the same time?
It'll just be 10. There's Braun there. And Braun wasn't really part of it. I mean, he was at the end, but he wasn't a full-timer. Yeah, some of them worked with him very close, and some of them didn't.
Right. I wonder how, what's her face is taking it? Bliss.
She had posted some pictures. Pretty sad on her stuff.
Firefly stuff?
Firefly. I figured they would do it. They should have started playing his music afterwards, obviously. You don't want to think, like, people that didn't know he's coming out or something. But
right. Yeah.
Yeah, the Wyndham one is such a big deal because he's young and people were still expecting things out of him.
Right.
Now, Terry's a legend. It's different.
Right.
But him passing isn't as devastating today as Wyndham's is, because what Wyndham is like I said, he's young. And so they both deserve their own tribute, but Funk's would have just been hey, he died yesterday, that sucks.
Right.
Because we see it all the time when veterans die.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But this is like, this is as big, if not bigger, than Eddie Guerrero. 36. I mean, fuck, dude. That's British Bulldog, Eddie Guerrero.
It's just like...
Chris Benoit.
What's his face?
Yeah, Eric Rowan.
Not Eric.
Oh.
Luke.
Luke Harper.
Yeah. It's just like him passing away.
Brody Lee.
Brody
Whatever
Lee.
they call him.
Yeah.
His name's John
Young.
Huber.
He wasn't, he was in his 30s as well and stuff, so.
It's so weird that I'm never going to see him wrestle again. It's tough. Because he's my favorite. My favorite wrestler died, and it isn't Hulk Hogan.
It's
like,
really
that
weird.
is huge for me because I'm like, well, Hogan's going to pass, and I know it's coming.
Right.
At some point, like.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
And then, so I'm like, okay, I got to replace him. Who could I replace him with? Well, the best out there is Bray. And now it's like, he died before Hulk Hogan did.
Yeah.
What kind of bullshit is that? Undertaker telling him to take it and pass it forward.
Yep. Well, at least he was a champion too.
Yeah, he did
and
it
stuff.
all.
I mean,
and so many people have been waiting for him to come back. Favorite toys?
Yeah.
very tough.
Yeah. Aw. It's little. Oh, that's kids.
Yeah, he has babies.
I didn't know he had a couple with her.
Yeah. Cheated on his wife and got her knocked up and married her. And
Yep. So he's like a newspaper.
black and white and red all over.
Yep. If you're just joining us, we're just watching SmackDown's tribute to Bray Wyatt. If you don't know, Wyndham Rotunda passed away yesterday. He wasn't very old either. And thanks to a couple of you out there, and of course, Travis. They read some stuff that he passed away from some heart attack related cardiac issue.
He did have a heart attack.
That they aren't sure if it was related to any COVID or anything like that. That part's just speculation at this point, but he did have some kind of cardiac arrest, so.
Well, I can't watch it.
So.
In his hands, he's got the whole world. In his hands. Am I in Spanish somewhere? There's the rocking chair.
Yep.
Somebody's crying pretty heavy.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure they all are.
That's tough.
And commercial break. All right. Let's see who we got in the chat tonight. We got lots of people tonight. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Looks like we do have Walter in here with us. We have Sophie with us. Chris, Harley, Robert Warney, Angel Claudio, Picola is with us tonight. Chris Akane is with us. Ayla's out there. Hey, everybody. Thanks for being with us. Tyler Moxley is with us. I'm probably not going to go back and read a lot of your guys' chats. A lot of them are just ripped to Bray Wyatt and stuff. Luke is in the chat. Hey, Luke. Good to see you tonight. Sorry to see you on some sad news, I guess. Let's see. Ravi is in the chat. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. All right. Piccola wanted to know, anyone see Bo Dallas out there? You know, I wasn't really looking for him, Piccola. I figured if he was going to be there, he would have been kind of up front with Triple H and stuff, but I did not see him. So, I don't know what's going on there. Let's see. So if we want to know if they're probably going to pause stuff for Raw as well, probably.
I would assume they'll do something.
I'm surprised. I'd be surprised if they didn't. I'm sure that they will.
AEW will do something also. Because this is bigger than AEW and WWE. Riff-raff,
yeah, it affects the whole wrestling world, right? It's not just a WWE thing kind of stuff.
Oh, I think that worked.
Let's see.
Nope.
Walter wants to know, guys, what match did you like from Bray Wyatt?
You know, I'm going to admit this out loud, but my favorite match that he ever had was against Daniel Bryan. It was on TV. And it was just so good. It was years ago. I mean,
that one was pretty good because they made it so Daniel Bryan couldn't be slow. Mm-hmm. Like, he had to constantly be doing something. And Daniel Bryanson likes to keep things kind of like really slow. and stuff like that.
And it just wasn't. It was really good. The match lasted a long time. Bray beat him. He did pin him. He hit him with the Sister Abigail.
Yep.
But, yeah, that's the best one that I can remember.
So if you want to know, we haven't seen Terry Funk on WWE TV since that segment with Ambrose, like in 15 or 16. It's a possibility. Feels like I have a trash polka tattoo that's influenced by Wyndham tats. Nice. Sophie says, wow, the rocking chair. And Tyler says, I'm crying heavy. And Puggles is howling. Sophie says, Bray was only 36 years old, a father of 4 kids.
Yeah, he had another wife. I'm pretty sure he had children with her, too. So.
I know he had 2 with JoJo. Robbie says, do you ever eat in Laffy Taffy? Yeah, Robbie, we do have Laffy Taffy here, and I've eaten it before. Now they're doing a celebration of Terry Funk.
Oh, Terry. I read his book.
Giving us some Instagram and some X, whatever those are called now, not tweets, but
Homeboy gets stabbed
messages.
And he keeps the knife because he knows he was doing a good job. Like, that's some real shit right there.
Right. He's like, I know I'm doing my job if the fans think it's all real. As Travis has told me multiple times. Oh, yeah. Sophie says it must be tough planning a tribute show for both Bray and Terry Funk in a day or 2 notice. Not really, Sophie. They have a lot of good people behind the scenes to help them with all that stuff. So I'm pretty sure they were able to pull a lot of stuff out.
Oh, yeah. And you've got some of the best workers in the business that do that stuff that are going to work all night. They're going to work for 20 hours on that shit. So, good stuff.
Rivalry with Terry Funk. Cody Rhodes is going to address that stuff later, they're saying. Luke says some wrestlers on X have been taking it real tough. This tragedy really rocked the wrestling world. It's crazy to see. Ravi says must have big hands. Pickle's like, Bray had very small children with his wife. Walter says Bray was 36 years old. He had a heart attack, but Terry Funk at home passed. That's all.
Yeah.
Sophie says, and some people on X was poking fun at this tragedy as well. It was like, that's sad how small. Tyler says, at least my idol is not suffering anymore. He is in a better place now. Rub. I don't know if he was really suffering. I mean, he may have been suffering because he wasn't able to wrestle and do the things he probably loved the most. But, you know. Chris says, the Fiend at Wembley. Harley says, what's good, Luke? And Marcus is in the chat now. Marcus says, I haven't been this devastated since Eddie Guerrero's passing.
Yeah, it's big. It hits right in that area.
Sophie says Bray versus Daniel is the first one at Rumble in 2015. And Tyler says, my favorite match was The Fiend versus Seth Rollins at Crown Jewel, the day you bozos got in trouble.
You know, that's the day that ruined Seth Rollins' career, basically. It actually happened prior to that in the cage. And he's still trying to recover. I think he's finally coming out of that hole.
A little, except for they gave him a running up type of championship, and hopefully he's going to make it an actual championship. Yeah. And not just a, here's your participation trophy for being a champion. Sophie says the interesting part, Bray died on Vince McMahon's birthday. Yeah, that's just so interesting. What a weird tidbit of information. Feels like, hey, Luke, how's everything going? Harley says he was only 10 years older than me and only 1 year older than my oldest. Picola says can't be older than 4 or 6. And Walter says Terry Funk versus Mick Foley was great in ECW. It looks like that's sad. Hopefully they'll have family helping them understand and grieve. If the pictures they showed just recently of him, if that was a recent enough picture of those kids, like they were maybe like 2 and 4.
Yeah, I mean, well, he just barely got a divorce. Like, I mean, all this stuff happened over the last years. I think about it, when Total Divas was being filmed, he wasn't with her.
Yeah, he wasn't with JoJo.
He started cheating on his wife with her once she was on the roster re-announcing.
Yep. Walter says Terry Funk versus Mick Foley was great in ECW. Ayla says that's sad. I read that. Luke says, I don't know why, but I've always gravitated towards supernatural wrestlers. Taker and Bray are my faves, but I loved Taker's in-ring performances. But Bray's performances and promos were most of the time really good.
Oh, yeah. I definitely liked him more as the Wyatt Bray than the Fiend Bray.
Mm-hmm. Pickle says my first Funk match was when he fought Flair, but I enjoyed all the hardcore matches. Sophie says Booker T found out the passing of Bray live on his podcast. Ravi says I see some guy leave Laffy Taffy and gin for a week, then take a shot of it. That sounds disgusting. Tyler says Bliss wanted to come to SmackDown but couldn't. I just saw a video on Instagram. She's preggo, so she might not be able to
fly. I don't know how long
she might not be able to fly. She might be a high-risk pregnancy. She does have some health issues behind the scenes, so it could affect how well she does. She could be on bed rest. There's lots of things that are going on with Bliss, by the way.
There with the United States champion Rey Mysterio.
Looks like things are good. And Sophie says this is what they did lunches for Eddie with doing a tribute. Harley says, love you guys. See QR for Sunday since I have no power. All right, Harley. Well, thanks for hanging out with us for just a minute tonight. Appreciate it. Hopefully we'll see you Sunday and you get your power back soon, hon.
They did this with Chris Benoit on a Monday, too.
And then later on, they retracted everything.
And then...
They're like, oh, my God, did you see what really happened?
We know what happened here. But a lot of people were worried it was suicide, and so the family did reach out, and that's how we know what happened.
We're going to have to leave. We have a storm.
There's a little bit of a breeze outside. It's hurricaneal.
I'm going to leave now.
Hillary's showing up finally.
Like,
she came through the desert and up through the woods.
It was like, Robbie, have you ever had pumpkin pie? And did your stuff start working yet?
No, I turned my computer off.
Oh.
I couldn't get it to log in. It just kept saying...
Do you think it's because that other device is still logged into it?
No, it's deleted.
Oh.
I deleted that.
Oh. Huh.
I mean, we are logged in on this device.
I know, but I don't know how many you can have at a time.
Yeah, I don't know.
Chris says, yep, this is actually first WWE tribute show since Eddie and Benoit and Vince and 08 fake tribute show. Pickle's like, I enjoyed the Wyatt family versus the Shield feud.
Oh, yeah, it was all great.
Walter's like, Rey Mysterio for the win.
I remember the very first time I saw Bray Wyatt and I saw those guys coming out and they were talking about him like, hey, this is going to be a faction. And I said, this isn't going to work unless the guys with him are big. Because I thought they were going to be a little group. And Bray was, 6'2", or whatever he is. Mm-hmm. And I was like, it's not going to work unless they're big. And they were huge dudes. And it was like, that's absolute perfection. That was perfection. That's exactly how you do it. You couldn't have done it better.
Yeah.
And I was just like, holy shit.
It's too bad that there became rifts and differences of opinions with creative and stories and stuff like that. And, I know you guys like to blame it all on Vince, but you also have to blame it on sometimes the wrestlers' attitudes. They're human as well, right? Yeah. And if they're giving attitude to their employer, that kind of gets put into the mix of why you're not around. And it's really sad that happened because he did have something fabulous going. And granted, maybe he wanted to take it a different direction and stuff like that, but, at the time, maybe they're like, no, this is working really good. We don't want to do anything different right now. And, heads butted, things imploded, and unfortunately, things started to fall apart. And then the Wyatt family was no more. And then they did weird things. So
the Bludgeon Brothers or whatever for a while. Yeah, they kind of screwed it up, but it happens.
It's unfortunate, but at least, if you were around and you did watch it, at least you got to be a part of that and see some of the great things that can come about if, they let that creativity happen. But yeah, I don't know. It's crazy stuff.
Be creative. Be creative.
Yeah, that stuff.
And that's what he's known for, Bray, is his creativity, his mind.
Well, Walter says Rey Mysterio for the win, and Chris says sad Rey always wrestling at these tribute shows. He wrestled Shawn Michaels at Eddie's show. Happens a lot, When you've been in the business as long as Rey has, you've probably seen a lot of shit and a lot of deaths and a lot of changes and just a lot of things. And some people can compartmentalize that stuff and do their job and then deal with it after the job.
Right.
Because that's what you have to do. So.
And you never know. So, hug a loved one. He was only 36, had 2 babies.
Mm-hmm.
Young babies.
And I don't know if he had kids with his previous marriage. Sophie's asking that. I'm like, I don't know, Sophie. I know he had 2 kids with JoJo. I don't know if his previous marriage, if he had children with her, or not. I don't really delve into a lot of the wrestlers' personal lives. I figured that's
None of my
their
business.
life, and it's none of my business what they do. Even if they post it all on social media.
Because I'm not looking at it.
P calls like, oh, dang. And Sophie says Bray did have 2 kids from a previous marriage. And Sophie's like, too bad the WWE fumbled the ball on Bray many times over the years. Luke says she said she couldn't be there due to pregnancy and not wanting to fly. Well, I figured, Luke. And plus with her health issues that she actually does have, I wouldn't be surprised if she's actually more of a high-risk pregnancy. And on doctor's orders, she's not allowed to travel by flying. Robbie says this guy versus Ray is awful. That's that Grayson Waller guy. He's like your buddy, Robbie. He's part of your group of people. You know. English type people. He's from Australia, but his ancestors probably came from England.
He's one of your criminals.
His grandpappy. No, I'm just kidding. Right. His great-great-great-grandpappy.
Dropped him off.
Got put over on a boat. Just kidding. It was like true with my first pregnancy. I wasn't allowed to take long car rides, let alone fly. So just depends. It really does. Sophie says, did you see Seth Rollins' video on Bray that he dropped today?
I did not.
Marcus says Bray Wyatt was one of those characters that didn't need any titles. He had such a creative mind and great at what he did. Marcus, you are so correct. That was the one thing that Travis and I were really upset about was the fact when they did put a title on him, he didn't need titles. Like, he just didn't need it. It didn't make him who he was. Bray Wyatt was Bray Wyatt without titles. He didn't need them. When he did win a title, when he won it, like, normal, it was great, and he pulled it off, and he was really good at it. But it was hard, like...
It shows a wrestler's weaknesses when they're a champion. Mm-hmm. Because everybody is watching them. And say, like, oh, he wrestles too much. He doesn't wrestle enough.
Yep.
Oh, well, he's not very good. I thought he was better than that. Oh, that promo was bad. Because you pay more attention to it. The build-up, everybody just has those goggles on, and they're just staring, and they're like, oh my gosh, this person's so good. And then they become champion, they're like, huh, that didn't work out like I thought it would. You know, like Rhea Ripley. Everybody's so excited, and now she's a champion. You're like, has she defended it?
Why isn't she doing it? Why is she defending it against nobody?
Has she defended it at all?
Like, why are those people after it? They don't, there's no storyline. That's right. The defendings that you get. You're just like,
yeah.
Okay. You guys are never happy. Never happy.
That's because that's how wrestling fans are.
Robbie says, no, not pumpkin pie, but I have had stewed pumpkin. You're talking like stew?
Like chunks of pie in your stew?
That sounds disgusting. Sophie says, imagine all the dream matches that we didn't get to see with Bray. Pico says, is he the U.S. champ?
Mysterio is, yes.
Yeah, Mysterio is the U.S. champ. Grayson Waller is not. Sophie says, now Bray and Luke Harper could be part of the Heaven Tag Division. Chris says, Travis, do you keep tabs on the Little League World Series? My Texas team of Needville has already won 3 games. Oh, that's pretty cool.
I have
we used to watch it every once in a while.
I watched it every year, but I have not paid attention this year for most of all of baseball, really.
Ayla says, Ravio, I asked because I saw a video of British kids trying pumpkin pie for the first time. They liked it. Harley says, Power should be back on tomorrow. We had like tornado winds come through yesterday. Oh, geez, Harley. Scary. Well, I'm glad everybody's okay.
Do you have a generator?
Ayla says, what is stewed pumpkin? Marcus says, you know you made it in the business if you get Taker's respect. Taker respected Bray so much and called him the future of WWE. It's true.
It was bright.
Sophie says Bray almost went to AEW at one point before Triple H brought him back. They killed the Fiend character with that loss to Goldberg and Saudi. And P. Cola says, you're right, we aren't a fly on the wall and we don't understand the goings-on. Raise your hand if you ever booked a wrestling show before. Thought so. Sophie says, I saw a family picture of Bray, JoJo, and 4 kids. He might have had 2 kids with his previous wife. I don't know, Sophie. I really don't. Ayla says, is it glitching for anyone else? Just checking if I need to exit and return.
I think it is, because I'm looking at the colors there, and it's yellow and red.
It might be the storm, guys. Sorry. Our connection to our internet might be stupid. Pico says, I think, honestly, wrestling fans are conceited enough to think they can explain the business and understand the policies and procedures unless you've been on the road week to week and year to year. You won't understand wrestlers' occupations. Sophie says, I wonder what plans were changed for this tribute show. FaZe Games in the chat says, Rip Bray Wyatt. Yes, FaZe Games. I don't know if you got to see the tribute they did earlier, but they did do a tribute for Bray. Pico's like, come on,
we almost had a new champion.
What? What did I say? Oh, what, Pico?
Double cross
come on,
body.
D, what? Come at me, Pico. Robbie's like, LOL, my group of people out here. That's right. You're criminals. From your great-great-great-great-grandpappy's day of England. Maybe not yours specifically, but the country you live in.
There we go. She got herself a shovel. She's digging.
I'm not digging anything.
Maybe not your people, but some people from where you live.
Well, his people,
like your neighbors.
His family, his mom and dad aren't from England. Okay? Not even from there. Not from England at all.
Mm-hmm.
But he does live in England. Whether he was born there, I'm not sure.
Right?
It was like, cool, Ravi, you kin to Grayson somehow. Chris says Texan versus Saints on Sunday. Completely fucking meaningless. Even I know we are complete dog shit fucking Texans until they make the literal final round of a playoff game. Won't watch a game. Aww.
Rey Mysterio beats this Grayson.
Congratulations. No way, Ray.
11:46.
Walter called it correctly. Walter, if you're still out there, Ray Phoenix won. Sophie says, for some reason, I thought Bray was older than Ray.
Ray Phoenix?
Rey Mysterio?
Rey Mysterio. You said Ray Phoenix won that. And I'm like, that's pretty cool. I wouldn't mind watching that match.
Do you want me to leave?
No.
Because I will. I will take off all my stuff. I will get up
on camera.
And I will walk out the door.
Like an OnlyFans?
And I will not come back.
Like an OnlyFans?
You can do Sunday all by yourself, too. With the actual, not Ray Phoenix, because he couldn't get his shit together enough to go to London.
Hit with the crowbar. Well, this is stupendous intellect. Well, I can't log in.
Sophie's like, for some reason, I thought Bray was older than 36, and Pico was like, absolutely, we fickle, bro. I think Pico, you know, he says it just about, I think that's any fan of any sports team. I really think that, unless you are a fucking die-hard fan of that specific person or specific team.
This is the stuff I was watching originally, and I'm like, those guys have to be big, because if they're not, it's not going to work. And then they finally showed up one day, and I was like, oh,
yeah,
it did it. Anyways, yeah, I can't
Sophie says, it'll be interesting how the WWE does after this tragedy. Ravi says, stewed pumpkin is so good, you're missing out if you never tried it. Ayla's like, I've tried stew. Right? But stewed pumpkin sounds not good. I'm gonna say a no.
You put a hamburger in it?
Well, yeah, like what's in it, Ravi? Like you're saying stewed pumpkin. Now you have to tell us what's in it. Because if you're not gonna explain what it is, because as Piccola says, I surely don't know the hype of pumpkin spice lattes, because that's what I think of when you say stewed pumpkin. Is literally just a pumpkin spice latte.
Next Friday, John Cena's back.
It's pumpkin soup, man.
He just had a movie drop today. If you guys haven't seen it, it's called
Vacation Friends 2.
Vacation Friends Dose.
Sophie's like, do you think the WWE should move Payback out to a week later? No, they'll keep on schedule, Sophie. They can't do that.
They already bought the stadium.
They've already bought the stadium. They've already paid the people. They've already got the plane tickets. They've already got everything set up. They can't backtrack on. Do you know how many millions upon millions upon millions of dollars they would lose, plus being fined for not showing up to a venue? Yeah, no, sweetie, they can't do that. Ravi says, Ayla, have you really? And Ayla's like, oh, it is yucky outside. Yeah, I can hear it. I don't want to look because I can't see because all the windows are closed.
Dun, 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 dun.
Quote unquote drapes and stuff. And Pickle says, I'm not a Pumpkin fan. And Sophie says, at least this is a tribute show, but they are continuing stuff. Grayson lost every match that he has been in, as he should. Just kidding, I don't know.
Gotta put in the work.
Alyssa, yeah, but Sophie, the funny thing of it is he loses every match, but he's still on TV. Ayla says, I'm not either, Fat Lisa. Sophie says it'll be interesting if AEW does some sort of tribute to Bray and Terry Funk.
They will.
Piccolo says, I surely don't know the hype of pumpkin spice lattes. And it's like, I love the smell of pumpkin spice, though. It's my favorite smell. I hoard the seasonal stuff, so I have it all year. Febreze, hand
Pumpkin
soap,
spice is
Airwick oil
definitely
stuff, all of it.
My favorite Spice Girl.
Pumpkin spice?
Isn't that one of the Spice Girls?
How would I know? You seem
Which
to
is
know
the spice that married Beckham?
Pumpkin?
Pumpkin spice, that's it.
I don't know. Who was it?
What is her name? There was Sporty.
I don't know what's that.
There was,
I was like, my mom and dad speak good English and are so chilled people. Okay, Ravi, thank you.
Are you saying that they did not imprison Grayson Waller's grandparents?
Who said that they didn't speak good English? What are you talking about? You're an odd duck sometimes. Like, seriously. You're so weird. So it was like, too bad that India show isn't a pay-per-view for the WWE Network next Friday. It was like, the taste is revolting, though. Picole's like, never seen the first one, Vacation Friends. We watched it.
I watched it the other
It
day.
was it funny? It wasn't too bad.
I liked it.
It was decent.
I would watch it again.
So if it says, I've seen reports that people in the WWE offices are looking for jobs because they know they might get cut once the merger is complete. Okay. Rob is like, any title changes in the next month?
Oh, I'm sure we're going to see plenty.
What's funny about the word title in the chat is from here because
Is it titty?
it looks like titty. It looks like titty because the L and the T are right next to each other and the slash across the T looks like it goes into the next one and they're the same height. So it's like, any titty changes?
I like titties that are the same height, too.
So it's like I meant the 2 weeks. Pinkle's like Posh. Her name's Posh, or her real name's Victoria, I guess.
Yeah, Victoria Beckham.
Ayla's like Ginger Spice dress. So it says, even non-wrestling fans are affected by this Bray Wyatt story. Ayla's like, there's Sporty, Baby, Ginger, and Sporty.
Sporty's twice?
And Pickle says, cumin spice. They call her Charo. Fuck.
Cumin, doesn't that smell like armpits?
Ayla's like, not two sporties. Brandon Stevens in our chat. Hey, Brandon. Bray Wyatt, we miss you. Yes.
Yeah, it's sad that we'll never see him again.
Yeah, lots of heartbreaking stuff. Ooh, they are in Louisville, Kentucky with Churchill Downs and Kentucky races and like basketball and stuff. KFC, yum.
It's a Yum Center.
Yeah, because their company that owns KFC is called Yum. Literally, that's what it's called. Yum.
Yeah, and you know who owns them?
BlackRock,
Pepsi.
which is owned by BlackRock.
Yes. 100%. Not 100% owned. But BlackRock. State
Yeah.
Street.
It looks like Posh, you're right, Fat Lisa. And Ravi says, bigger the better, LOD, I guess. And Sophie says, we haven't seen Bray Wyatt on WWE TV since he ended out a feud with Lashley. Yeah. Yeah, since he started having health issues. That's so strange, Sophie. Ayla says, I like titties. I mean, titles. Titles. that are looking different ways. I'm telling you, it looks like titties from here. It's pretty funny. Probably shouldn't say titties all this time. Titties.
Titties.
Titties, titties,
Speaking
titties.
of titties, Bailey's right there.
Yay,
Selena Vega's right there.
Titties. Let's see. Sophie says, Finn versus LA Knight, perfect main event since they both face Bray Wyatt. And Chris says, holy shit. Finn Balor versus LA Knight main event. That's fucking awesome. Yeah. We know that LA Knight's probably going to lose a lot, which is stupid.
Because of the interference from the Mister?
Probably. Or something else. I don't know. I just feel like he's just a loser anymore. So, losers.
Is that top printed on her?
Yes. No.
I don't think that's real denim. It looks like it's printed and then on her. Like it's stretchy.
Right? Talking about titties. Jesus Christ.
What's happening with titty?
I'm not going to click on it, but
What
look
the
at our
hell?
new followers picture.
What's that on? What's it following?
Instagram. You freaking sick porn lover grody.
I haven't been on Instagram and
You're like, oh, what's that on? Let me go take a look.
look, I'm gonna log. I want to go log in. Actually, I don't even think I can on this phone. It's on my other phone. Bailey and the Riff Raff. Her title run is going to be as memorable as Liv Morgan's.
I forgot she was even the champion. Sorry, I should probably remember. But I forgot.
One half of the Riff Raff wrestling right now.
It goes like most 70-year-old titties or titles hang around the waist, just like world titles or titties. Sophie says LA Knight was the last opponent of Bray Wyatt, and Bryce is in the chat now. Bryce says, with honesty, I don't believe it. Rip to Bray Wyatt. Yeah, it is a very, very shocking. That's for sure. Rob says Bailey has a shameless laugh. And Bryce says, hey there, guys. Happy Friday.
Hello.
Yeah.
Happy Friday.
It's Friday. I'm not sure how happy it is, but it's Friday. Looks
Look
like
at
we
this.
looks like we lost Luke
I
at
have
some
titles
point.
on my hat.
We got titties.
It's
All the titties.
Okay. I love guns and titles.
Sam says now this show feels like a regular episode of SmackDown, which is okay, but I could see fans not being happy about.
Zelina
Sophie,
Vega.
what would you expect him to do? Like really, they
can't do more.
Let's put it this way: in any production of anything, they have a saying called "the show must go on." And I'm going to ask you a serious question in reality. Do you think that Bray Wyatt, as a wrestler, would want them to just stop the show completely and not wrestle for the rest of the night because of his unfortunate passing? No. No, they wouldn't. He wouldn't. He wouldn't want that. He would want them to wrestle. He would want them to continue.
Just like when Vince passes away, they're going to wrestle that night.
Chris says, I think Shotzi will wear a red wig now because she was wearing it on Twitch streams and she had red hair in Indies. It's a possibility.
Zelina Vega has some bunny, what are those called?
Headphones?
Earbuds? Yeah, headphones.
She's got headphones with bunny ears. Film says, hey there, Misty and Travis, Big Hugs, Big Heart. Hey, Film. Hopefully you're doing okay, bud. Haven't seen you for a bit. Chris says, Kai looking so fucking hot. And Robbie's like, Shotzi went full on Britney Spears mode, chopping that green mop off. She actually did it for her sister, Robbie. I guess her sister's fighting cancer.
Yeah.
Is going through chemo treatments. So in solidarity, she trimmed off all her hair as well. Film's like, guys, God, it's Friday and it's armpit time. Sophie says, how did you like Raw and AEW Dynamite?
I forgot that they were on this week. I thought tonight was AEW.
Robbie's like, Zelina, oh dear. And Ayla says, no, Robbie, we don't speak ill of Britney Spears. Films like Bray Wyatt and Terry Funk are gone. Oh, man, rip to those great gentlemen. Chris says, kind of dumb, Zelina wearing Puerto Rico, but LWO is based in Mexico. That's
No. It's the
Raza.
Latina World Order.
Yeah, it's Latino World Order, so it's nothing to do with specifically Mexico. Robbie says, hello, Ayla, a Britney Spears fan. Sophie says, no, but I've seen people on Twitter before SmackDown that they should cancel SmackDown or do a tribute show, like paused everything.
Nobody is a Britney Spears fan. Does she really have a fan?
She might, like that.
She probably has ceiling fans in her house. I knew one girl that was like, just loved Britney. Like, she listened to all of her stuff, and I always thought it was so weird.
I don't know. I think the only reason why I know, like, maybe a song of hers is because they play it a lot on the radio. And,
well, yeah.
You know what I mean?
She wore a mini skirt in school when I was in high school.
That kind of stuff.
Hit me, baby, one more time. It's Britney, bitch!
And that one, where she does that song with what's his face.
Oh, there's the dude in there.
Yeah, it's
I don't know if I've heard it. I just know that part.
What's his name? What's his name?
Is it that guy that my mom likes?
No, it's I'm pretty sure he was the guy that was in the Black Eyed Peas.
4,000 something 4,000.
No, I want to say he was a guy that sang that "Move It" song and.
Like, you've got to move it. Mm-hmm. Moto? I don't know.
I can't remember his name. Sophie says, no, but I see people... it was like money. Sophie, they literally can't stop doing things because someone passed away.
The sun will still rise tomorrow.
There are too many factors involved. It is a working machine, Sophie, and a cog that wasn't part of the machine that broke is not going to make the machine stop working.
Sophie, a dude died in the ring. They took his body out on a stretcher and had the next match.
Yeah.
There's no way they're stopping a match or a show when somebody died the day before.
Right.
It's just not happening. So
it just, like, I get it. People say what they're going to say, but you know what? Those are I mean, what's it going to do? Like, oh, I'm sorry, you're not getting paid tonight because we're not going to fucking have a show. Oh, I'm sorry, you guys bought tickets? Yeah, fuck off. We don't care. I'm sorry, that's just not how you run a business. And unfortunately, it is a business. He wasn't even an active wrestler at this time. We hadn't seen him on TV for almost a year now. I mean, lots of stuff that you're just like, well, what they're doing for him is fantastic. Every time they come back from a break, they're playing clips of his whole career and stuff while he was in WWE. So, that's part of the tribute. And the other part of the tribute is the wrestlers wrestling. That's part of the tribute, right?
Yeah. You get a look at Zelina Vega.
Great. I mean, Phil's probably excited about it. Let's see. Ayla said that. Robbie's like, Sophie, that's just dumb, isn't it? And Ayla's like, obviously, Robbie. And Sophie's like, Liv Morgan is rumored to win the 24 Rumble. Ayla says, actors have passed in the middle of filming. They continue making the movie. Robbie's like, Ayla, haha, go on, Ayla, with great taste in music. Well, it's like, go Zelina Vega, get the win. Ayla's like, I love Britney Spears, poor thing. Lost her dang mind. Sophie says the Jimmy Uso segment was scrapped for tonight. Chris says, I get it, but as Latino, that's highly offensive to us when you say Viva La Raza, and it's not a country other than Mexico, and that's saying something, because I ain't even Mexican.
Very offensive. Like 2 people cheer in the audience. Look at the audience. They're sitting on their hands.
So, what do you consider Latin? That's my question
Latin
to
is
that
anything
whole comment
south
you
of
just
America.
said. No, I'm not asking you. I'm asking Chris. What do you... Pico's like, Will.i.am. Yeah, that guy. Will.i.am. That's the guy. He did that song with Britney. And she says, Britney, bitch, in it. That's... Huh. Sophie says Britney Spears got divorced again. Oh, is that why she hasn't been around?
To K-Fed, or Fad, or whatever his name was.
I don't remember who she
Kevin Federline.
Is that who she was married to?
Yeah.
The second time?
I don't know. He was a backup dancer to her. She had a baby with him. or 2.
Okay.
And I didn't
Are
know
you talking about the guy she was married to when she went
Who
before
the
she
fuck
went crazy?
pays attention to this stuff? I don't know when she went crazy. When did she go crazy?
Years ago, and I thought they
Wait,
were divorced.
okay,
at
what
that
are we
point.
talking about? What's crazy?
She shaved off her hair and like went to the loony bin and.
Right. So usually in Hollywood, if you go crazy, you're doing something against the machine, and you're not crazy. They just tell everybody you're crazy because they did that with David Chappelle too.
I'm pretty sure that's what happened to her. Well, that and I think her family was taking advantage of her, but now they think she's all terrible because she's just doing stuff. People think that she's dead, like she doesn't like exist anymore. It is so creepy, crazy. It is
like
so,
Avril Lavigne.
Maybe, but
Like, she's
but
not.
you see Avril.
Yeah, but she's a different person than she was. If you look at her, she's got a different face.
Yeah. So maybe somebody punched her, and she had to get reconstructive surgery.
Right.
Maybe she literally has somebody else's face. I've seen
Face off.
that happen. Or
The face off machine.
she lost her face, and they had to put a new face on her, a face transplant.
Who
Seen
was
that
the one
happen.
lady that just got in a car wreck and she ran into a house and she tried to get up and leave, but they wouldn't let her out of the body bag? And Haish or something shit. That's just crazy. Mm-hmm. It's all creepy up there. Up in here!
Yeah.
Selena Vega is amazing looking. I almost don't even want to watch.
I just want to watch because she's amazing looking. That's
Like,
it.
It's like crazy how good she looks.
She's like, I care about myself, bitches.
Bailey's like, just give me another cheeseburger. I'm fine. Oh! Meteora! Sasha Banks style.
Ayla says, I haven't listened to her for years, but I stay tuned into her drama. I grew up with her music. I'm a child of the late 1900s. Chris says, a dream match for Bray would have been versus Gunther or even Brock Lesnar. Sophie says, Owen Hart and his wife is still mad about the WWE for what they did. And Sophie says, a dream match for Bray is him versus Cody. Picola says, gosh, I predicted when I got old that Black Eyed Peas would be Musak eventually at grocery stores and music at grocery stores and malls. Welp, Leroy, today's the day. It's true, huh? Sophie says we saw Brock versus Bray before when he was the cult leader. Oh, no. Robbie says, I saw Will.i.am live once. Was very strange having 2 robots dancing on the side for his show. That's weird. Sophie says about Bray versus Riddle. It says it's like if Travis passed away, Dalitha would have to continue the wrestling gap.
Do the show.
Whatever. I wouldn't even tell them. I'd just disappear. They'd never know. Just turn off all the social media.
R.I.P.
I just ghost all of them. Ghost y'all, bitches. Just kidding. Sophie says Bray wrestled like what, almost 700 matches or something impressive. You know, Sophie, I don't know his stats, so sure. Films like Rip, Bray, and Terry. Sophie says I remember K-Fed since he was a mini feud with Cena. Ella says, right, Chris, it's like people talking white at me, bro. I ain't even white. Fucking Lord Jesus. God damn you. Films like Let's Go, Zelina and Io. I love your sexy armpits. Yay. It was like, gee willikers. But Brittany's new husband, I don't remember his name or how she met him. Pickle says, I'm going to need you to get your facts straight and know everything Brittany, Christina, and Jessica Simpson by Monday. Brittany went crazy. Christina looks weird, and Jessica Simpson was never popular.
She was like in a movie and she did a song, but I couldn't tell you the name of it.
Hayla says there is a huge conspiracy theory about Brittany. I could go on, but I will refrain. Chris says, Skater Boy. Haverhill. Sophie says, name one dream match that you would have wanted to see Bray wrestle against.
Probably Brock. In a clean match.
Poor Zelina Vega. She held her own pretty good. I think this guy might have popped her boobie.
She landed on her legs.
She popped her boob.
She landed on her legs.
Why'd she holding her boob then?
I don't know. Maybe from something else. Or that. But you'll see when she goes up on the... Maybe that.
That part popped her boobie.
Yeah, because see, watch. She lands on her legs. She's terrible at this moonsault stuff, but see, watch. She lands on her legs. See?
She's like, let me get your hips.
Let me put my thigh on my fat, pasty white thigh on your face. Well, Zelina Vega lost.
Oh,
It's a sad day.
bummer.
Just to add to the bad things that have happened. Ha ha ha. Travis is telling jokes. It's too early.
Oh my god, how dare you tell jokes? Yeah. So it was like, name one dream match that you would have wanted to see Bray wrestle against.
I already did. You already asked that and I answered it.
Okay. Sophie says, I only know Britney and Christina's music. Robbie says, Ayla with great Britney Spears knowledge. Sophie says, Jessica Simpson did have a reality show. Pico's like, I like Bailey the way she is. She can be a skinny mini, but also like her as a snack, too.
You know what's funny? Justin Timberlake, Christina Aguilera, Britney Spears, and Ken were all on the Disney Playhouse together.
Ken?
I can't tell you who it is. The guy that plays Ken, I don't know what his name is. On Barbie movie.
Okay.
Well, think about it. He's a movie star.
I understand.
Like, the other ones went music. He could sing, obviously, too, but he went acting. And they all made it at some point.
Well, Justin acts, too.
Kind of.
Whatever, I haven't heard him sing a song in 5 million years. I'm pretty sure
I'm
all he
bringing
does is act
sexy
now.
back.
Doesn't he just act in shows like that?
I've only seen him in
Teacher
two.
show?
That one, Bad Teacher, and the one where he like is sleeping with Ashton Kutcher's girlfriend or wife or whatever she is. They're like, it's called like Best Friends or Friends with Benefits or some shit.
How dare they?
Those are the only two shows I've ever seen him in. And Punked, where he cried. Just hilarious. They're repoing all his shit. And he's like, Mom. He calls his mom. We need an adult.
We need an adult. You are an adult.
You are an adult.
I am. I don't want to be. I can't call my mom crying like that. Let's see. Film says, man, look at those beautiful, attractive arms of this guy. Yay.
Ew.
It was like, I can't blame anyone else for my For You page. Chris says Kai is fucking hot too, but she can eat a burger as well. Sophie says if Travis passed away, then Wrestling Gap will be over. Film's like, Piccolo, did you see it?
I'm easy to replace.
Rob is like, are swear words as rude and offensive these days?
They can be. It depends on which one they are.
Who you talk at, I guess.
Is it a banned word?
A banned word?
Yeah, they're out to ban speech. So if it's one of the banned words, it's very offensive.
Oh, that's good. I'm going to say him then. Film's like Bailey's butt. Oh, yes, of course, Emily. She got a nice butt.
She's got a nice
Pico's like, bruh.
few things.
Then I will have to find a hobby or become a Walmart greeter. Damn it, Travis, you better never die.
Well, I'm not planning on it.
Yeah, he's not planning on it.
We don't know how he died.
I don't know what happened. It's horrible.
He fell on my knife 17 times.
I don't know how he tripped that many times. It was insane.
He kept trying to get up. I think he was slipping on the blood. He just kept going down.
Robbie says, D, you can't hide away. What the fuck ever, dude. You guys would never find me. Ever. The only one that might know is Ayla. So he's like, Skater Boy is Avril. Film's like, good women's match. I love it. So he's like, will D continue Wrestling Gap if Travis does die?
Oh my God. I'm written off. I'm the dead one.
I don't know why I'm not dying. It'd probably be better off if I died. You guys would be all sorts of happy. It was like, it's boy, Sophie. I said, see you later, boy. People's like, Ayla's gone back to her raw days. It was like, obviously, Sophie, Delita has an obligation to Wrestling Gap. That's right. Films like mine would be that rematch between Bray and Randy Orton again. It was like, can you blame me, Fat Lisa? And Chris says, they advertise for Raw, so no, don't think they are doing a tribute show on Raw. They still could
It's
do
Cody.
a tribute show on Raw.
Why do
and
they have
will,
Cody on SmackDown? Answer me that.
Because he's talking about Terry Funk.
Because of his Faja?
Because his Faja. His Faja had a huge whatever with him.
Rivalry.
That's the word.
His
Rivalry.
His Faja got his name from Terry. Because they were walking down a
dusty
road. And it just stuck.
Pickle's like two-tone hair with the ripped jeans. Sophie says Ryan Gosling was also
That's
part of the Mickey
his
Mouse
name.
Clubhouse.
I told you. Ken. Ryan Gosling. That's the one I was saying. That's Ken.
Stupid movie. Robbie's like, Ayla, did you wish you were a skater boy? And Bryce says, by the way, have they finally got rid of the word undisputed on the women's championship, aka that Io Sky has?
I don't know. Hopefully.
I don't know. You know, I really wasn't paying attention when they talked about it.
Yeah, whenever she's on TV, it's kind of like, nah, it's time to watch something else.
It was like, no, I wasn't really into Avril Lavigne. Sophie says, doing a tribute show on a 2-hour show, it will feel rushed.
Avril Lavigne, to me, is just like that Gwen Stefani. They had like one good song, and that was kind of it. They did nothing else.
Oh, yeah. Piccolo says, supposedly he's a voice on all the Trolls movies. Ryan Gosling? Or Justin Timberlake.
I know what you're thinking.
Ayla says, I did wear skater shoes and date skater boys. I was super cool. Robbie's like, the Disney Club, never heard of it. Pico's like, yeah, I had a girlfriend
the Mickey
who
Mouse
adored
Clubhouse?
Avril and Gwen Stefani.
1993, baby.
Robbie's from England.
They've never heard of Disney in England?
They don't know any of that stuff. They don't know Disney Club. They might know Disney, but they're going to know the club.
They know Walt.
Stuff. Okay. Was it his Clubhouse of Children? You creeper?
Yeah, it was a bunch of children.
I know it was. It's creepy.
Walt was long dead.
Oh, yeah, good thing.
He's already frozen.
Ayla's like, it's where a lot of singers got started, Ravi. Sophie's like, Justin Timberlake has been quiet about music for a long time. Bryce says, man, I'll tell you what. Ryan Gosling knows how to pick up the ladies.
Does he?
Ravi's like, Ayla's super cool. Why is that hard to believe? And Ayla's like, there's so much worse in the world than cuss words. So ridiculous. And Sophie's like, if Wrestling Gab does end, Dee and Ayla could do Cooking Gab. Ayla's like, don't worry, Travis. You won't see us coming. I mean, you won't see it coming. Sophie says, this Cody segment could have been saved for Raw. Maybe you wanted to talk to Louisville, Kentucky.
Just be around Ayla for 5 minutes and you'll get some sort of sickness.
Yeah.
Some virus.
Yeah. Like
she's sick every week.
Kidney infections, strep, throw-up diseases. Robbie's like, is it better to form your own opinion than to take someone else's opinion? Robbie, are you weird?
I like to take somebody else's and then modify it to my own.
I think that means you're forming your own opinion.
It sounds way cooler, more manipulative to say it that way.
Sounds professional when you say it that way. It's like, I own ripped jeans. Don't we all? Robbie's like, Ayla, is that true? Sophie's like, Charlotte's father also has history with Terry Funk. Yeah, but maybe Mr. Flair couldn't make it to Kentucky. Robbie's like, Ayla, what's wrong with ripped jeans? Charlotte's father also has history with Terry Funk.
Cody's father also has a history. Cody's talking, so why
Cody's father is dead.
Oh my god.
Are they gonna get a Ouija board out and fucking have a seance and be like, Dusty Rhodes, come back and talk about Terry Funk, and then have a doll out there so we can talk through it?
We just did it. Like, you just... Ouija Gab. We'll do Ouija Gab next Monday. We'll talk to the dead.
Jerk. Like, well, he's doing it. Yeah, but...
Dusty,
Charlotte's
what do you think of this?
dad is technically still alive. I mean, he may look like a walking corpse, but he's technically still alive.
He's out humping somebody right now.
Most likely, yes. I'm sure he is. How many of these blue pills do I need to take?
Some 50-year-old MILF. Like, he's pulling that. Damn. Still got it. He got one stuck in his throat and had a stiff neck all day.
That's just... You're You're so weird. Why are you weird?
Why?
The best of ways.
Aren't cowboys bad people? Aren't they villains?
Pickles like New Kids on the Block had a bunch of hits. Chinese food makes me sick.
I like the New Kids on the Block.
Told you I had a boy band face. Why does Chinese food... Is that a song? Chinese food
Maybe.
makes me sick.
I don't know. It sounds offensive.
I don't know what's happening there. Sophie says Mickey Mouse Clubhouse started the same year as Raw and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. What a good year.
Sounds like a good year.
Pickle says they have Euro Disney, but may not have the channel over there. It was like Travis, England is Tide World or Third World. Only the Rush with actual bathtubs have TV.
The rich with bathtub.
The Rush. I love it. I love him.
The rub.
That's right.
Rub.
Robbie says, why would I know the Disney Club growing up in the UK? That's what I'm saying. But Travis insists, so Robbie, just go with it. Just pretend you know what it is, and Travis will be happy. Sophie's like, do you expect Roman to come out?
I don't know if he's scheduled for tonight.
Bryce says, well, I just wanted to stop by and say hello. I'll see you guys on Monday. I got to get some good sleep for Saturday. I'm going to go over to a friend's house. Bye. Peace out. Bye, Bryce. Have a great time. We'll be here Sunday, though, for that all-in AEW pay-per-view. If you want to come hang out with us, it's during the daytime. So it starts at 1 p.m. Eastern time, but I'm pretty sure the 0 hour starts at 12.
Noon.
Ayla's like laughing. I'm dying. I don't know. I know, right? Sicko. Sophie's like, Charlotte Flair could say something about Terry Funk as well. I'm sure she could, but her Faja is alive. I'm sure he could talk too. Ayla's like, I'm on heavy duty antibiotics right now. They're giving me mad headaches. And Pico's like, whoa. No Ouija allowed in arenas. Oh, come on. Ayla's like, third world, not tied. And Chris is like, bring out the Lily doll. Rob was like, in 93, I was into rave and techno music when I was 8 years old. And it's just stuck, huh? You never grew up? Not surprising. So, not only did you not grow up, you didn't grow up. Film's like, bye, Bryce. Have fun at your friend's house. It's like, Ravi, do you even know Mickey Mouse? Donald Duck? Goofy? Sophie's like, I was more of an NSYNC Backstreet Boys fan. It was like, wow, Robbie's so cool. I was like, bring back Ric Flair for one more match. Sophie's like, Roman also has history with Bray. And Ravi says, the Hammer had a bunch of hits also. And Sophie says, so you can't sleep in Sunday?
Sleep in until 10.
Who sleeps in? What are you talking
Till
about?
10.
That's hilarious, sleep in.
That's like half the day.
We're old. There's no such thing. Sleeping in is like 7 o'clock in the morning.
I was going to say 7 or 8 is like, oh my God.
That's like sleeping in. Even if I'm crazy and stay up until 3 o'clock in the morning, my ass is still probably going to get up at 7 or 8 o'clock. It's sad. So sad. It was like, I didn't watch Disney Clubhouse either, but I know about it. Yeah, but Ayla, you're in the States. It's different. Sophie says, I watched the Power Rangers a lot more than Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. You know what's funny about this? You guys are talking about it. I didn't watch either one of those things.
I've never even seen the Power Rangers. I saw a movie.
Never saw it. Never watched it. Never seen it. Never saw Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Not one episode of that shit did I ever see. Ever. Any of it. None of it. It was like, hey, delete them. The rave scene were the only people that accepted Ravi for who he was right when he was 8. and he didn't grow. Sophie's like, I also like New Kids on the Block. Sleep in for me is like 10 or 11. Ravi's like, rave music is still the best. It was like, I got to sleep in until 8 a.m. one time. That was super awesome. Pickle says, I bet you sleep way too much, Sophie. Sounds like it. It was like, ew, Ravi, grow an inch. Yeah, Ravi, grow an inch. Like, you need to, like, have internal growth as well as external growth. You should go get some lifts in your shoes. Just kidding. Walter is leaving us, though.
Bye, Walter.
Says, okay, bye, guys. See you Sunday for AEW All In. Okay, bye, Walter. They're going to have a 0 hour or buy-in or whatever. It used to be called a buy-in show. They're going to have that tag team thing for
Aussie
the
Open.
ROH titles.
Aussie.
So I'm sure we'll be here in the all-in stuff. Robbie says, well, I don't live under a rock. Of course I know Disney cartoon characters. So he's like, not really. I've been waking up before 7 a.m. most days. And Pico's like, I never get to bed before 12:30, and I still get up around 7.
The only ones that I ever really liked were the 2 squirrels.
Are you talking about the chipmunks?
Yeah.
Chippendale?
Yeah. I think that's what they're called.
They're chipmunks, because then, yes, they were called Chippendale.
They
were antagonists. They lived in a tree.
tree,
They
yeah.
antagonized Mickey, Goofy,
And Polo.
Donald, and Pluto,
Pluto.
who is not a planet. Sophie's like, every time I try to sleep until 10, it never works. Ayla's like, I have to start getting up super early for Oz. He starts school on the 5th. He hasn't started school? Wait a minute. Do they not start school early? Like, now? What's he doing? What kind of school is he doing? Is he in kindergarten?
What school is he doing?
He should be in kindergarten, right?
Yeah.
Rise says, D, you're capping. You defo seen it. I don't know what you're talking about in your weird garbage. Sophie says, I go to bed at 2 a.m. some nights and still wake up at 7:30. And he was like, 10 a.m. no responsibility. Sounds nice. I remember those days. Yeah, like when we weren't adults. Adulting is stupid. I was like, ew, that sounds dirty. Sophie's like, who didn't believe the Bray Wyatt story at first?
I just looked it
I'm
up.
sure a lot of people didn't believe it at first until, like,
Triple H posted
like
about it.
WWE posted it, as in Triple H, and then it became real for real. It was like, if that's how your immature brain interpreted that, then it was dirty. Marvel World in the chat. Hey, Marvel. Nice to
Marvel.
see you tonight. Thanks for joining us. Riley says, come on, DM, not a plant where you put Miracle Grow on me. Why not? It was like, it's in pre-K. If he was in kindergarten, he would have already started. We decided to hold him back. Who's we? Like, just you and Jordan decided? Or, like, the people he's working with as well? Just out of curiosity. Pickle says, Ravi, get a chia fro. Ravi's like, Ayla, you do say some random things. So he says, I didn't believe the Bray Wyatt story at first. Thought it was a sick joke. Ravi's like, Cola, why, man? Chris says, yeah, in Texas, traditionally school would start on August 25th.
At Hogwarts, it always starts on September 1st, no matter what, even if it's a Sunday.
You're a strange person. It was like, he's in pre-K, not it. I don't know. Some days, Ayla, I'm pretty sure you think he's in it. Just kidding. What are you? You illness-prone monster. I mean, just a week ago, you needed to have him exercised by a priest. Just head trolling around, throwing up the pea soup.
Chain him up.
My God, Snickers has a high protein bar? That sounds disgusting. That's hardcore. That's so hard. So it was like a New York school. It doesn't start until after Labor Day. You know, Sophie, when we were going to school back in the old days, like the 1800s, that was when that was when school started for us too.
We all sat in one room.
After Labor Day. So it says, when I used to go to school, I had to wake up really early for the bus to pick me up to go to school. Yeah. And you had to walk uphill both ways in the snow 365 days a year. We know. He was like, no. His teachers at his last school, his speech therapist, all suggested that we hold him backward for just another round of preschool for his delays. Okay. I was wondering if that was like who was advising
Hey, look,
it.
it's 2 feet.
Sweetheart, don't make fun of him because he has thrombosis or whatever it is. He could lose a foot.
He has 2 feet. We call him 2 foot.
Oh my God, stop. Don't be
Better than little foot.
Oh my God. Why are you the way you are? You want to get on me about things like that?
You do realize I grew up. This was the guy. I even wore his number in football. Like this, that was
the guy that you made fun of all the time. Now you're making fun of him again as an adult.
I could make fun of him. I was his fan. He's
I was
old.
like,
He
I guess
coaches
you were in a
Colorado.
hurry to become
First of all,
an
why is
adult.
he coaching? That's the weirdest thing to me. Is he's coaching football? Like most stars don't go into coaching.
Why not? Why? What do they do?
Go live life.
Maybe he likes coaching. Maybe that was his dream all along. You don't know. You don't fucking know.
If you can do it, you don't coach it. If you can't do it, you coach it. That's a rule.
So maybe he couldn't do it.
Oh
Maybe he felt like he was not good enough, even though
he
was
the best
called prime
ever.
time.
And the best
He's
ever.
like, I felt that I didn't do good enough, and so now I want to teach it. You don't know how he feels. Did you ask him? Pfft, no, you're just like, I make fun of him because he has 2 feet. You're rude. Poor guy goes through some horrible health thing where he might actually lose his foot, and you're like, he's got 2 feet.
He doesn't lose it, though.
Maybe he could.
Maybe
it's still a threat that it could happen.
Then we'll call him 1 foot, or little foot, or any other 1 foot joke that you can think of.
Why would you do that?
Unifoot? Unifoot?
I don't know what your problem is, but it's weird.
I don't have one. Look he's got captain shirt on.
They're fancy.
This is a Terry Funk tribute match, by the way.
It's a hardcore tag team match.
Hardcore funk match.
It's hardcore. So he says there were times I missed the bus pickup because I overslept and didn't hear the alarm. It was like he's in a class to help with his speech. They said he'd have credits, so if we think he's ready, we can skip kindergarten and go to 1st grade. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Oh, that's
there
good.
it is.
Well,
we're underway. The Brawling Brute's taking it right to the street business.
Oh, no.
Oh, big chop.
He just stepped on his glasses. Oh,
You don't
man.
care.
Rude.
Chimney Sweep don't give a fuck.
It's just terrible. His glasses are all broken.
Ridge Holland. Been known to break people's necks in the past.
Yeah. Not his nose.
Obviously, there won't be any tags in this one.
Not a nose hole.
It's a tag team tornado ruleless match.
Robbie's like, yeah, I don't think lifts in my shoes will help me. But you got to take P. Cole's advice as well. See, you get the Chia Fro and the lifts, and you'll be fine.
They can add bone into your legs.
Sophie says, why do schools start very early in most states where it's still hot out? I don't know, Sophie. I don't really care, actually.
I know here it started like a week ago or something, and then...
They started this week, literally.
Okay, this week.
But in another
the end
city,
of the
they're
week.
not starting until, like, next week.
Right.
Who knows? Some weirdos.
McKenna don't start till the 29th.
That's what I meant. Like, next week. The middle of next week. Which is
Like
even
Tuesday,
stupider. Yeah. It's weird. It's so strange. So strange. So strange. So it was like Florida school started a couple weeks ago. It's because they get like huge breaks in between stuff anymore. It was like, hell, have 6 kids in his class with a couple of teachers and a speech therapist. It's 4 days a week. So it's better than his last school. He'll have more attention and hopefully the more days will help. That's true. That's good. Hopefully.
Oh, big DDT.
How long does he go? How many hours a day? Robbie's like 2 feet laughing, and it was like last time he went 2 days a week for 1 hour, so this is 4 days. Oh, you answered my question. 3 hours. Nice. 3 hours. So he's like, wait till the kids go to school all day. They should. Well, they do go to school all day, and then you know what they should do is go to school all year too. Why should they get summers off? Fuck that shit. Go to school all the time.
And then take a couple weeks off every few months and
Get
your vacations in throughout the year.
It was like, who sends their kids to school all day? So it was like high school. It was like, who goes to high school? It was like also Robbie. if you wear vertical stripes on your pants and your shirt, you'll look taller. Dang it, Robbie, not Robbie. I'm a mess. It's the antibiotics, Ducky. It's fine. Balling Zelensky in the chat. Hey, Zelensky,
Hello,
say
Zelensky.
hi. It's Rosella. Hi, Rosella.
Rosella. How
Nice
you
to
doing?
see you tonight. Glad you could make it. We're just watching a tribute to Terry Funk right
Yeah,
now.
the chimney sweep coming off the top, hitting the street business.
It is a hardcore match
So hardcore.
between the Brawling Brutes and the Street Profits right now. It's happening. And everybody's excited about it.
Oh, look at this. They're using the chimney sweep as a weapon.
So he says, so if kids go to summer camp, they don't have that much time until the school year starts. Pico's like, man, I want something sweet. Yeah, like a sugar mama.
Like
oh,
the
wait.
Zelina Vega.
Not that kind of a snack. You're not talking about that. Sorry. Robbie's like, oh, why would I need extra bone in my legs?
They
So you
cut
can
ya.
be taller and be
They
a baller.
extend it out.
Isn't that how that song goes?
I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. His name's Skilo. Look it up.
It's Robbie's theme.
It's an
It's
anthem.
his anthem for himself. Sorry.
You find a girl and you'd be able to call her.
Yeah.
Whoa! Ford.
He took out his own man in that too. What a jerk.
Oh,
Oh no, Booby's coming out to
comes
tell him what they
Bobby.
should be doing. You're not doing it right, sirs. Sophie says with Bray Wyatt news, some YouTube channels didn't know if they wanted to do a live watch along. When does the school year end? I know in Florida it ends in May. Late May, early June for some, depending, Sophie.
the later it starts, the later it gets out. So early June, about June 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th.
It was like the leg surgery to be taller. Do it, Robbie!
I watched it on South Park and it worked out really well. Did you watch the basketball game on there? All the kids had the surgery done and they were playing. All their legs just broke. Like, pretty funny.
Oh, South Park episode of it, yes. That was pretty funny. I was like, oh, Ayla with some style tips that only a fool would take. It was like, you can finally have friends your own age, Robbie. How exciting.
It's so weird. He's a prodigy. They lost their baby. They don't even care. He was crawling.
Did you see the baby? It was like confused.
Right.
It's like, I'm confused. Are these my parents? I don't feel they're my parents. I don't know who these people are. Rah.
Boobies.
It's like, I didn't make that up, Robbie. It's real. Rosella says, me and my cousin were crying when Bray Wyatt died. I can understand
That's
that.
tough.
A lot of people have problems. Sophie says, there's Idaho schools do an open house for schools. Some schools do open houses. Yeah, Sophie, they do that a few weeks before school actually starts, where kids get to go meet their teachers or all the teachers in the school and stuff like that. Yeah, they do stuff like that here. Most states are pretty much the same when it comes to their school systems. Did that girl not have a hand?
Give her one. That one?
Yeah.
Yeah, she looks handless. They're checking all their boxes in there.
Do you think it would hurt more if she hit somebody with it?
People with disabilities freak me out.
I mean, because we talked about your guys' friend's dad, right? Because
And it gave me chills the whole time Danny was talking about it.
he was born without a hand.
Oh.
And he was saying, yeah, he was talking about when he fought.
He just spiked people. He had one of these.
Just could you imagine getting hit? Could you imagine getting hit with just those bones in the throat or something? Oh my god, that would have hurt way worse. I'm pretty sure it would hurt way worse
Ooh,
than if
chill.
somebody hit you with a fist. Right?
It's like on that no hard feelings. Take your hands off of her.
Why'd you
Whack.
throat punch me?
She's all like,
Robbie's like, I actually do like that. I knew it was your anthem. It's fine, Robbie. We understand. It was like, no, we have one school for the whole state. It looks like a rundown church. Everyone already knows what it looks like. Sophie. Sorry, Ayla. I didn't mean to tell her a different story there. My bad. I was like, Ayla, you're going to find me friends. Sophie's like, when the Bray Wyatt news first broke, I didn't cry. I was a little bit shocked. Ayla says, my friends would not like you, Ravi. You don't speak well.
A little tribute to Sheamus.
Ravi was like, Skilo, wasn't he a one-hit wonder?
Yes.
It was that song that's your anthem.
Like Right Said Fred. I'm too sexy for my party. No sexy for my party. No way I'm disco dancing.
That is not Ravi's anthem.
I'm a model, you know what I mean, and I do my little turn on the catwalk. Yeah, on the catwalk.
That is somebody we are missing tonight.
A model?
John Sparklin, we're missing him and all of his lyrics. He decided not to come tonight. He was so upset.
Everybody's upset.
And Chris left us. Jerk. He's like, yeah, Texas. They start school then, and then he just ran away.
Oh, look at this. Slobber knocker.
Robbie's like, who said anything about talking properly? And Sophie says, I wouldn't be surprised if Randy Orton shows up to say goodbye to Wyatt. Hill's like, Talitha, I was trying to hype Idaho up. Well, you know, I try, but it never works out as well as I'd hoped it would. You always undermine my fibs with the truth, Ayla. It's rude.
Uh-oh. He told him to suck it. Neckbreaker.
Get him! They've got Bobby Lashley out there giving him the old hype
The
vest.
old chimney sweep breaks the pin.
Not the chimney sweep. I was like, I did, Robbie. I said it. Yes, it matters. Sophie says, do you expect AEW to pay tribute to Wyatt and Terry Funk on Sunday?
I do.
I expect him to do all of it, Sophie.
But when you say tribute, I mean like they're going to have a poster that says, hey, they died. We appreciate them. They might even do 10 bells, but I doubt it.
Why would they do that? Is that a normal thing
It's
across
what they do in
all of wrestling?
boxing. That's where that started. They've been doing it for decades.
Oh.
So when a boxer dies, and
So they just put it into all.
Yeah,
Stop doing that.
Any sport where there's bells.
Seriously. Drink some water or something. My
I just
God.
did. Almost gone.
Let's see. Adela says, what was that song I sent you, Talitha, about short people? It was an old song that was about Ravi. I'm just here to spit facts. I don't remember it, Ayla. Sorry. It was too long ago.
Ford! That's it!
Get it, Ford!
Street
Roll
business.
over him and then pop on him so you can get punched in the face with a kick face.
What the fuck's a referee doing? You don't just keep counting if nobody's touching the guy. He's like, just, fuck it, I'm just going to keep going.
Oh, are we counting to three?
See.
1, 2, 12, 26, 48. Robbie's like, I did a mix with that Skilo. I mixed it into Run DMC Walk This Way.
He just hit Bobby.
It looks like Randy Newman, Short People. That's the song. Oh, my God. It's terrible. Ooh, it's unintentional, but Booby's like, I'm pissed, man. I'm going to beat your little butthole.
There's no rules in this match. So
Yeah,
Bobby can
it's
do
a
what he
hardcore
wants.
match. They can do whatever they want.
So hardcore.
So it was like, whenever a wrestler dies, all wrestling promotions pay tribute to him, even if they never worked with them before. Yeah, but one of Bray's besties died while he was at AEW, so there's that.
Shit.
Rosella says, this kid said that he likes Among Us. I was like, what the hell?
Amos? The wrestler? Or Among Us, the
what's
show?
Among Us, probably like that, whatever it is, game. It's a game.
Oh, there's a game called Among Us?
Yes. It
Thought
was
it was
like,
a movie.
mix that song, Robbie. Sophie says, I smell a Lashley Sheamus feud. Robbie's like, Ayla, you're here just to confuse people.
Uh-oh, look at this. Holland trying to break people's necks, because that's what he does for a living.
Robbie, you should look up that song, Randy Newman, Short People, and then mix it up with, like, that taller baller
Skilo.
song. See what happens.
Wish I was a little bit taller. Wish I was a baller.
Do it. Mix it up. Oh, no.
Oh, Butch.
Butch got pushed. Oh, no. He got the spearhead from Booby.
One of the better spears in the business.
The
I
other
love how he
Brawling Brute
flips
is
at the end.
upset.
Where's
Where's my friend?
Very athletic move.
Why are you doing this to my friend?
Oh, 3D, baby!
Oh, man. He got put through a table. Hopefully they didn't break his neck.
The Street Business, getting it done.
The Street Profits won? What? That's weird.
Yeah, they did.
How did they win?
12 minutes and 40 seconds, too.
So it was like the Flash movie hit Max today. Ayla says, Robbie, mix that song. Not confusing people. Would love it. I was like, Ayla, you're shorter than me. What you mean? Whatever. She's
The Flash
like 5
movie.
inches taller than you.
I tried to watch
Stop.
that like 3 times now.
We should watch The Flash, he says. Oh my god, it's 3 hours long. No, we're not doing that.
It's 250. And yes, it's every bit of 250. I tried to watch it the other night with McKenna, and we didn't make it either. It was like, holy crap.
Sophie's like, I wonder if this group is going to add any more members. And I was like, Robbie, how tall are you? You said you were 5'3". I'm 5'4". And Robbie's like, now 5'4". Did you go get an adjustment?
Do you do your inversion therapy?
Do you do your inversion therapy for your back while you're working at the loony bin?
The megastar.
The Legastar? Megastar?
He's a megastar.
Is
Speaking of Meg, that Meg 2 is available.
Oh, I thought you were talking about our Meg.
2.
But you were talking about a movie.
2 is available.
Talking about Meg. Megara Meg. I was going to ask you what you wanted to do with her wheelchair since it's just out there getting ruined.
Yeah, whatever.
I wanted you to maybe go through it and see if it was worth anything to like go and donate it to him and give back the other one, because I found the screenshot I took of the receipt. Do you remember how much it was?
I would say it was probably 300 and something.
It was $470.
5, 4.
For her wheelchair that we had gotten. So.
Yeah, it's just up on the deck sitting there.
Well, I knew it had been out in the grossness for a while, so I wasn't sure if you'd taken it out of this, like, grody weather or what. It says, we're the same, but here's the thing. I'm a girl. You're supposed to be tall. Rosella says, I gotta go. Okay, well, thanks for hanging out with us for a minute, Rosella. You have a great weekend. If you want to hang out with us on Sunday, we'll be here for AEW's All-In pay-per-view.
Should be good.
I don't know where you live at, but it's going to start at 1 p.m. Eastern time for the main part of the pay-per-view. They have a
0 hour.
0 hour or buy-in for the before pre-show match that will start at noon. So this is, wait a minute, you guys watch 3 hours of Raw, but when it comes to movies that last 3 hours, you can't do it.
Just don't have
Sophie,
the time.
like, let's put it this way. I have a life that doesn't include me watching TV constantly. And I watch a lot of TV by just sitting here watching wrestling. That's a lot of TV time for me. That's 7 hours a week.
7 hours a week, and then whatever a pay-per-view is. So, like, say this week, it's going to be add 4 hours to the 7, 11 or 12 hours.
That's a lot of time. And I have other things, unfortunately, I have to do called life. This is another question. Who's going to win between LA Knight and Finn Balor? God, I don't know. It's probably going to be Finn.
I mix it with Cheese Whiz.
What's he mix? Oh, what did he mix with Cheese Whiz?
His meat.
Ew.
He says it's you said everything here is homemade. He said, well, partially homemade. I mixed that with Cheese Whiz.
That's disgusting.
Cheese Whiz is so good.
I'm not saying that that's gross. I mean, it's just weird that what you would say it's almost homemade and then say that. I don't know. It looks like nightmares to me. I don't think I could watch those shows of his, those kitchen nightmares.
I would never watch it.
You want to know why? It's not because he's mean. I mean, those people deserve to be mean to them because they're stupid. But I don't think I could watch them because I worry that that's what happens to restaurants in our area, and so I don't want to know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to think about that I might be eating rotten food. Although I'm pretty sure I could taste it and be like, hey, this is gross. Why do people eat here? Piccolo, we lost Piccolo to the sweets. We lost him. He ate his sweets and went into a sugar coma. God damn it. EWE Networks in the chat, though. Hey, EWE says, I guess the fat cats and the smarks are here in the chat. Who are the fat cats and the smarks? What's going on?
Want to see this community? It's really hard to get into. You might have to scroll.
What is that?
It's a little group I'm in. They want to know all about you.
Why?
Because that way you aren't shady.
What kind of group is that?
This is mine.
Serial killer groups?
Yeah.
What are you? No, seriously, what group is that, sweetie?
It's for killing people, serial-wise.
No, really, what is it? Like what? This isn't. No, it's not that group.
Like,
oh, your thingy? Oh, yeah. They're like, we need to know everything about you. We want to make sure you're not with the FCC.
right.
Just kidding. Don't be shady, bitches. Your name's John Smith. Bullshit! Bullshit!
I actually have a friend named John Smith.
I know you do, but it's just funny, right? Ayla's like, by the way, you don't measure your height on your tiptoes. I was like, Ayla, is that always the case? And I was like, no, Ayla, you don't. So you should stop then. It was like, what? Boys are supposed to be tall. Probably you poor, teeny tiny, itty bitty little thing. So he's like, hopefully the pay-per-view does great. Yeah. It's AEW. Usually their pay-per-views are actually pretty good. So if they go really fast.
It'll flow.
Even though there's a lot of matches. By the way, I did print out a match card.
If I had an angel thing for your head, I'd give it to you right now.
I printed out 3 of them for you. Just
I
in
need
case.
to take that Mr. McBossman there and put him somewhere, since they probably are all gone now. Since he's dead. Put him in a little plastic sign.
Robbie says, Ayla, that really makes sense. Hey, it's yesterday on TMZ Sports with The Miz.
I thought he said he's a fag. He's a fag. I'm like, really?
He's a bunch of
He's
sticks.
a fad. Not a bunch of sticks. Not a bundle of
cigarette.
sticks.
You know, those things.
The reason a cigarette is called a fag is because they're in a bundle.
Yes. I get why the English said what they said.
LA Night.
It's like the collie wobbles.
The fuck?
I sent that to you on TikTok. Did you not get that one?
When this afternoon?
I don't know when it was. It was sometime today. It was sometime when I had a second of time and was like, oh, look, I'm going to play on my phone for a minute. Robbie says, Ayla, that really makes sense. And Sophie's like, at least Tuesday and Thursday is free. Yeah, that's why we got to make the most of it. Like,
Yeah.
not watching TV.
She ends up in the kitchen the whole time.
I do not.
And hates it.
Not Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Oh,
Not
what'd you do
all the
last
time.
night? That's weird.
I didn't stay the whole night in the kitchen. I didn't say
didn't?
anything about hating it. I actually sat down and watched that movie with you that we did watch
We
a
watched
movie
2
last night.
movies. Well, it's because you got off work so early.
Yeah, I did. You poor thing.
I know, it was tough, but we survived. It's fine.
I was like, hey, that really makes sense. I was like, that. And Robbie says, oh, yeah, D, you got time to watch something you enjoy. It was like, oh, my effing God, Sophie. She said she can't watch a 3-hour movie when it's time for bed. If she knew the movie was 3 hours, she would start earlier. Never said they don't watch long movies.
Watched Water Boys. What's that called again? The Army Now.
In the
In the
Army
Army Now.
Now.
We watched that one. That was really good. And then we watched a newer movie.
Prey.
Prey. It's about an alien predator looking thing.
Okay, it's
And he
Predator.
Fought this woman that was in a tribe. pretty good. I didn't hate it. Did you like it?
Actually, I didn't mind it.
I kind of liked it.
Some of it was like really weirdly unbelievable.
So
but
I watched it in the wrong language for about a half hour.
I thought that's
And
just
I
how
just
it
thought
was.
they were speaking Indian. I thought they were going legit
Or
with it.
Native American.
And so as I'm watching it, I'm just like, well, I wish I could speak this of my people. Come to find out, it was in the wrong language, and so I had to change the language. And then it was in English, and it was kind of goofy after that because it was English. And I thought it sounded way better in Indian, but it wasn't really Indian. It was like Cambodian.
LA Knight's out here talking, and I'm pretty sure he was talking about Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
So he says it'll be interesting how the WWE handles LA Knight after tonight. Riley says Finn Balor he's still credible?
No.
He's mediocre. So
He's a mid-carder where he's always been. I don't think he's ever been better than where he's at.
Sophie's like, I watch a lot of TV during the day and night. Yeah, Sophie's, yeah, that's funny. See, I'm an adult and I have responsibilities called a job
Ew.
and stuff. So, like, I have to do adult things.
Is that like a virus?
So I don't get to, like, be a layabout and
She
get
has
to
to
just
answer
watch TV
questionnaires
and stuff all
at
day.
work about how you can make it better. Like a real adult.
Like a real adult.
That's what real adults
So, like,
do.
Delete has a full-time job and stuff to do during the day, which requires sleep at night. That's true, Ayla. It usually does. So he says, do you expect a big pay-per-view buy rate for this Sunday? And don't forget, AEW got All Out next weekend as well. Well, I think they're going to see a lot of buying for this one. Oh, no. Robbie's like, Ayla, get the violin out. And I was like,
You've just
Want a baby cow?
do you know how expensive those are? Those little mini Highland cows that are adorbs? Those things are adorable, and do you know how much they cost? They cost like $4,000. They're so cute, though.
That one looks like the dog.
They're so cute. They're adorable. But they're very
Do you
expensive.
leave them outside?
You can treat them like your dog. They don't get very big. You can literally treat them like they're your dog. I saw that one earlier today. He gets up there and then he walks around to get into the pool. Little
funny.
wiener dog. Dashing. Dashing.
This is mine. It's like, I don't know what that is. Oh, there's a pool. Oh, there's giant boobs.
Some guy playing golf. Whack fuck. Oh, fuck.
Oh.
Oh, fuck.
I gotta watch that again.
Oh my god, it ricocheted off of the wood. Oh fuck. Dude, you need to work on your slice, man, and that's probably not the best way to do
How
it.
the fuck did you slice that far?
I
that
have no
close?
idea, but he did. He did it.
Finn Balor, LA Knight. This could be a banger.
Oh, they're showing Bray's extreme return when he came back. Everybody freaked the fuck out.
Yeah, because it was sick.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Oh, can you imagine that dust? He's cutting salt with his table saw. That salt.
Salt block. You know that some people use those to do stuff? Like he's building a guitar out of it. But some people use them as cutting boards and stuff or things for like fish and like all this, like you cook on it and all kinds of weird stuff. Not sure I'd want a big hunk of salt in the house to do that, but you know. It's like we get as if you have it good, you can watch TV all day and night. Some of us literally can't do that. Just swallow it for your little hands, Robbie. Sophie says, did you see that Kevin Hart injured himself running against a football player? That doesn't surprise me any. Chris Okane is back after, his hiatus for 5 minutes or more. Best main event in a while coming up. Robbie says, so TMZ, are they reliable with their news reports? Sure.
I mean, they're always getting garbage news.
So, they're, what do you call those? Rag magazine or rag stuff or whatever? Tabloid. I saw that. Look at how calm he is, and then he gets down there and he's just like, wag my tail. What's funnier is he's wearing a fucking helmet. He's wearing a fucking helmet! It's a camel wearing a helmet.
I've seen a lot of camel toes in my time. Just never attached to a camel.
Shelby says at least it's a fresh match. Chris says plus SmackDown without Bloodline BS feels better. Ayla says, Travis, can you do a Christopher Walken impression?
Not a good one.
Sophie says, usually when someone says they don't watch TV, I stop chatting with them. Waterboy was a good movie, and Happy Gilmore as well.
Yeah, both of them. I like Happy Gilmore the best.
Okay, Sophie, is that supposed to be an insult or something?
I did say Waterboy.
No, I meant the one before. Usually when someone says they don't watch TV, I stop chatting with them.
That's weird.
Okay, that's what I said. Is it supposed to be an insult or something? Like,
I
seriously,
have one of those. This would be fun to make.
I mean, okay. TV isn't life. Yeah, I had seen that.
It'd be kind of
Why do you keep seeing all my shit? Stop it. It's gross.
I'm just flipping.
I like it.
This is what I do. And then I send it to you.
Oh, gross.
Like that. I would have sent you that.
The funny part of it is what's the music?
I don't know.
You'll get us banned.
It's Friday, bitches.
Friday, bitches. And yeah, Sophie, Waterboy was a pretty good movie. Happy Gilmore too. Like, there are movies like that, yeah. But yeah, it was in the Army Now, where they were water filtration people. Ayla says Prey is Predator, but the beginning of Predator. Kinda.
Yeah, it's a prequel.
Sophie says some people think SmackDown is usually boring without the Bloodline being part of the show. Robbie says, go on, D, whipping in the kitchen, you big foodie. Chris says Demon Balor should come out. Ew, gross. Sophie's like, some AEW fans might not buy both AEW pay-per-views.
Probably not.
Robbie says, I go to work. I don't have time to watch TV every day like most couch potatoes. True. Sophie says Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper versus Roddy Piper and Dusty Rhodes in heaven. And Ayla says, I only work 2 days a week and still don't have time for TV during the day. I watch TV around 8 p.m. till 10 to 11. Robbie says, D, you have cash on the hip. You can buy one. What are you talking about? Sophie says, the only time I don't watch TV is when I sleep, and sometimes I have the TV on while I'm sleeping. It sounds like you might have a problem, Sophie. Maybe you need to go to a therapist.
You want one of these?
Why would I want one of those?
It's a decorner.
Why would I need one?
For decorning.
Of what? All the corn on the cobs that I have? So many of? You're so strange. Oh. Chris says maybe it will be Fiend Finn Balor crossover.
Like that? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, see? They're cooking on a salt block. Like, it literally infiltrates. I don't know what you do. But it, like, gives all the food, like, the salt and everything. And you don't have to, like, season it and shit. It's weird. I personally would never want to do it because it looks gross to me. Chris says maybe it will be Fiend Finn Balor crossover. No. But Finn Balor has come out, guys. He is now in the ring. The match hasn't started yet. Sophie says Kevin Hart injured his foot. He is in a wheelchair. Oh, he doesn't know how to use crutches, or they don't make him that small. Hey, that match started. You should probably time it. Get off your phone.
I'm watching a snake fight a cat.
I don't care. There is a fight happening with LA Knight and Finn Balor.
LA Knight.
It's the last match of the night.
Can LA Knight even win this? I don't think he has a chance. Somebody in this company thinks that Finn Balor's great. I don't understand it myself. But beyond that, is Miz is also against LA Knight, and he's going to show up. Would be my guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I was like, Sophie, I don't watch TV. On
15
one here
minutes.
even owns a TV. So yeah, I like Chris Farley movies. Some of those are pretty good. Quentin Mitchell in chat
Hey,
for a
Quentin.
second. Hey, Quentin says Dakota Kai's Nana passed away.
Aw.
Oh, I'm sorry for Dakota Kai. That's sad. Nanas are cool. It was like, Ravi, do they make crutches that small? Sophie says, sometimes I forget I have the TV on when I sleep until I wake up the next morning. It was like flexing hard, Sophie. Yes. Do you go through a lot of TVs? Do you break down a lot? Do you get the impression of whatever you're watching on them? Jesus Christ. I seriously can't stand the TV being on when I sleep. I hate it. I fucking hate it. Not only the light, but the noise. I just can't handle it. Quote unquote, the only reason why I sleep with a fan is so I don't hear all the other noises of the house. That's it.
Oh, so close.
Because they're not these kind of noises.
Wait.
They're these noises. And so I wake up a lot, and I hate that. I wish I was a deep sleeper sometimes. It'd be so much nicer. It was like I used to do that when I was young, leave the TV on all night. Chris like, wow, even commentary just mentioned they never had Fiend versus the Demon. Yeah,
they hinted at it.
Yeah, they kind of tried to hint at some of that stuff and everything, but...
That was when Bray left the first time.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, that was terrible. That whole build-up was terrible. That whole thing was weird.
It was all so just, ugh.
I've never been a fan of the Finn Balor demon thing either. It'd be different if he was, if it was on a different person.
True.
But he's so small. Like, no matter what, it's not scary.
The demon thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just...
It would work better on a female.
Yeah.
Because little females are scarier.
Like, he should pass the demon.
To Liv Morgan or something.
The demon.
He'll put demon all over Liv Morgan. She'll have demon in her. He's a demon all over her. He did.
So it's like there are nights I fall asleep nice and easy. So it was like, we saw the Fiend versus the Demon, I thought. It was like I'd get weird panic attacks because I felt alone. And the TV helped me feel like I wasn't alone, but I stopped when I was in high school. It was like, I'm a light sleeper, very light. Apparently, I look dead when I'm asleep, according to Jordan. I have no idea what I look like when I'm asleep. I'm pretty sure I'm annoying. So it was like, we did get AJ Styles versus Finn when Bray couldn't come, or he was sick or something happened. That's why they had AJ Styles for that pay-per-view.
Yeah, they switched it real quick.
Chris says the demon Liv Morgan. I was like, Travis, did you see the Blue Bay Shepherd? I sent you a video on TikTok about him.
I don't know. I don't look at a lot of stuff. I mean, I watch stuff, but I'm...
Chris says, or Demon
I don't know
Bliss,
what I
but
watch.
we were going to get Fiend Bliss. I don't want that at all. I want Bliss to just go away.
Yeah, Bliss is gone.
I never want to see her wrestle ever again. Like, I just don't want her back. I want her to stay home and just have babies and live a good life and all that stuff. I just want her to just do that. I don't want her to ever come back to wrestling. I just don't. Is that mean? I mean, I feel like that's really mean.
No.
But I don't want to see her back.
First of all, she hasn't been relevant for 5 years already. So what's the point of having her back now?
Right.
She was good years ago. She's literally one of my favorites. I love that she did everything before Charlotte. She won both championships before Charlotte did. She won it multiple times, like 5 or 6 times. I think she's a 5-time champion. She won both belts. It's just awesome. Like, now go away. She's never going to look like she did. And she won't be able to get that back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, Becky.
Sophie says we almost got Bray versus Bobby. Yeah. Ayla says it's a gray German Shepherd mix. He's beautiful. Is that the one that's mixed with a Malamute? Is that the one you're talking about, Ayla? Rosalie says, I'm back. My internet wasn't working.
Oh, that's terrible.
That's so awful. So it's like, do you miss Lacey Evans? Okay, so
No, she wasn't around for a while.
miss
The Southern Belle.
the Southern Belle Lacey Evans. That's the character I miss the most of Lacey Evans.
Oh, bless your
I
heart.
think they did her dirty when she came back from being pregnant, and she came back kind of quickly, kind of like Becky did, but they did the same fuck up with Becky. Like, Ric Flair had this meltdown about her being the man, and then they took it away from her, so she had to do something else. And now she's just kind of getting that back.
But she lost
But
it.
it's kind of lost.
It's watered down.
It's watered down quite a bit. I think if Lacey Evans would have came back as a Southern Belle, even if she would have continued that silliness of the Ric Flair shit, it would have been hilarious. And then just continued the way she was supposed to, it would be different. But
Yeah, they did it wrong.
so the Lacey Evans I
DDT.
miss is not the Lacey Evans that they tried to make her or she decided to do or whatever it was. So it really sucked that you could say they fucked up there or she fucked up. Who knows who fucked up there? It was like, did your Wi-Fi go out? Pickle is back in the chat after his sweet intakes and says, sort of agree. Oh, about the Bliss thing? Are you talking about the Bliss stuff, Piccola? Sophie says, Kyrie is scheduled to come back, and she is coming back, she says, because of Triple H. Chris says, but we won't get to see Bliss. Well, 2017, Bliss was iconic. 5-time women's champ, held both belts. Ms. Money in the Bank. She just never win Rumble. Ayla says, it's a German Shepherd mixed with a wolf dog. Oh, yeah,
Woof.
I didn't say that, but yeah. Sophie says, I hate when the internet stops working out of nowhere. Now Lacey Evans is gone from the WWE, and it seems like Lacey Evans did have some promise in the beginning. Chris says, Lacey at Wembley, maybe her contract isn't 90 days.
Yeah, well, if it expired, it's not, so.
Yeah. And I don't know, guys. Who knows what's going on in her life? Maybe she's got other things going. We don't know. Who knows? Maybe she's just done with wrestling.
If she shows up, it needs to be... They need to do it, and I know Tony Khan doesn't book right, so it won't happen right. But
Right.
if they do that and she shows up there, it needs to be in a feud immediately with Jade Cargill. Like,
Oh, yeah.
that has to be, and then it has to last like 5 months.
At least to make it relevant. It looks like, okay, I'm leaving to not watch TV. You gonna go make dinner? You making dinner, or are you too sick to make dinner? What you gonna go do?
Only 4 minutes left of
How
this.
dare you? Quentin says Stadium Stampede is now on AEW Fight Forever. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Sophie says Edge put a video out there saying he doesn't know what his next step is going to be. Well, I'm sure
Who is
the
it?
WWE will help him make his
is
choice.
it?
Edge.
Oh. Money talks.
Bullshit walks. Oh no, he's so unforgiving. It was like, I already made dinner. I made salmon and rice with that Japanese barbecue sauce. Oh. Made the dinner, fed the peeps.
Uh-oh. Nobody's home.
It's none of your business. What the fuck? It is my business, god damn it. It's all my business. So he says, Edge says that a WWE contract is in his inbox. Ayla's like, night. Bye, Ayla.
Oh,
Hope
big
you feel
elbow
better,
drop.
sweetie. I really do hope you feel better. Sorry your antibiotics are making you feel like poop. But hopefully they'll
Ew.
make you feel better soon. Chris says this match has been steady. As it should be, right? We're not saying that LA
They gotta
Knight's
make LA
shitty.
good, but...
Well, it's not that he's terrible.
And Finn's a coach, so he's gonna carry.
So he's like, do you expect Edge to show up in AEW to team up with his best friend Christian? No. I really don't expect it.
It would be-
Personally, I don't expect it.
It would be something that you could do if you were Edge, though, for fun. Just get a big contract, like a
One
big
time
as in
or a
one...
2-time thing or something. Come in, do some shit, and leave.
But Edge is a bad guy, so would you go immediately into him being a heel? Edge?
Oh, you mean Christian's a bad guy?
What did I say, Ed?
Edge, yeah.
Well,
like me and
Christian's-
Rey Phoenix.
Christian's
It's
a bad
fine.
guy. So do you immediately go with Edge being a bad guy? Because the crowd's going to cheer him no matter what. Mm-hmm. And so to me, it just seems weird. Unless you're putting him against Christian.
Get him, LA Knight. Kill him. Murder him with your murderness.
Oh, there's a lot of murder going on right there. The superplex off the top rope.
He got the murder in.
That's it. That's his finisher. That could win. LA wins clean. What the fuck just happened on my television?
Did that really just happen?
Clean.
Can we rewind that to watch it again?
I'll watch that all night.
What? I did not expect that, by the way.
No.
I did not expect Finn Balor to lose cleanly, and not one interference happened.
Yeah, there's no way under this green earth or under the blue sun that I saw that coming.
Holy crap. Yeah, I did not expect that at all.
That's the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
I mean, I'm not mad about it by any means, but
no,
yeah.
This is Sheeta winning the championship the other day. Like, it's like, what?
Congratulations, LA Knight.
They have to hurry with him because he's only got a couple years left.
That's crazy.
But holy
So it was like both of them have been losing a lot. Chris says, I think Goldberg will show up, honestly, but he won't wrestle. Can't wait for Rampage. Maybe last chance to see Sky Blue again before Wembley.
A little bit more tribute stuff. They're going to do his music to shut the show down.
Yeah, they are. Chris says, LA Knight, greatest victory. And Sophie says, wow, LA Knight won clean. I thought LA Knight would beat Finn by cheating to continue Finn's storyline with Judgment Day. I thought somebody would interfere, Sophie, personally, but, you know.
Triple H? Or just an old picture? Oh, it's an old picture.
It's just a picture of him on the big screen. And then they have his lantern in the ring. And they're panning away from the picture in the back. So there's the runway.
I get it.
And then they took a picture of him behind one night. That's crazy.
Could have easily played the music here, but the fans are doing a good job.
So this is, are they replacing the Fiend with this? No. Chris says, oh shit, lights went out. I called it.
Yeah, I was hoping they'd do this to start it, so that was beautiful.
That's it.
That's the last time you'll ever hear Bray Wyatt on WWE TV.
Sophie says, met another guy gone too soon. Very much so. Piglo says, I'm working on possibly a Jeopardy style wrestling trivia.
Ooh. Me like you.
Who is? We're leaving. Haha. All right. Thanks for joining us tonight, guys, for SmackDown. We really appreciate all you guys for coming out and hanging out with us tonight. We're going to be here on Sunday for the AEW All-In pay-per-view. Again, it starts at 1 p.m. Eastern time for the main card, main events, but they do have a buy-in, quote-unquote, whatever it's called, 0 hour now called pre-show match. That is going to be those ROH tag titles, the Aussie Open versus MJF and Adam Cole. So we'll probably be here for that. That will start at 12 p.m. Eastern time for everybody.
Basically,
if you would
when
like
that match starts,
know.
will come on.
So anyways.
I'm just hoping it's the second half of that hour.
Right.
First half with the big...
And it's during the day, so just so you guys remember, it is during the day. So if you'd like to come and join us.
Try not to drink all the... No, just kidding. I'm playing.
It's Sunday. I mean, if you don't have to work the next day, who cares what you do?
If you're Ravi, you're going to be drinking anyways.
Most likely.
And it's going to be your normal nighttime. He gets to sleep in. What the fuck's going on here?
All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. We really appreciate it. You guys have a great beginning to your weekend.
All right. Thanks for watching Wrestling Gab. Bye-bye.